Testimonials is what makes a business work. Everybody knows that, right? Okay, so we need to have skincare testimonials and make it a big point in the meeting for a lot of reasons. A, to sell the products. B, the more people that we start getting in this business, we want to make them feel comfortable as being a skincare person as much as we have been, for most of us, weight loss and nutrition people. Okay, those people got to feel comfortable when they're in the room, okay? So in Japan, we took a shot at it, and we did a 2 testimonial countdown. Write that down. A 2 testimonial countdown. It worked unbelievable, okay, is what took place. So we said, okay, everybody that's lost weight and had some really excellent results on the nutritional products, stand up, okay? And we did our little countdown, and they came up and told about all their weight loss and what had happened on the nutrition and all that. But just a little a tip here, okay? Especially for those of you who have more nutrition products, okay? Remember that the person that's sitting in the audience, they don't know anything except what they hear and what they see. So when we do these weight loss countdowns and they've seen a little bit of the weight loss product, and you talk a little bit about nutrition and they just say, I lost weight, you got to remember the person sitting in the audience a lot of times thinks that a lot of those things have happened with just 4 or 5 products, okay? So in the weight loss nutrition testimonials, if you've had a tremendous result with one of the targeted products, write this down, this is important. You have to specifically say what product it was that started getting you that result. Because the testimonials up in front of the room is what's selling the room. And remember, the room is basically naive except for what they hear and what they see. Okay? We got these cardiovascular products now. When you're up there telling your testimonial, you say, listen, I got on a weight loss product, and you got to tell the truth. Okay? But whatever the truth is, remember, make sure that you tell the truth. Okay? So that the person can not only hear what products you're using, but that more specifically that you sell the products that you're using. Write that down. Okay? And we got to teach our distributors how to tell those testimonials, because they're the ones that's doing 90% of the selling for us when we're doing our meetings. Okay? So we got to teach. The guy that's up in front of the room, they're just there for a little bit of time to tell them about the products, to get the testimonials up. They're not the important person in the room. The people that are important are the people in the room. They're the ones that set the attitude. They're the ones that set the momentum. They're the ones that are going to tell our testimonials. So we got to make sure our audiences are good. And that's going to happen in your training classes. So when you get back to your area, teach this. Okay? You guys got to get it, but you got to teach it. And then write this down. Continue to teach it. People forget this stuff all the time. It's amazing to me how long you got a person in the business for 14 years and you still got to teach this stuff. Okay? They just start forgetting about what makes everything work. Now, the next thing is we did the skincare countdown. We made it specifically separate in the meeting. Okay? So we said, now what we'd like to do is go to our skincare and, if you've got it, our cosmetics. And what was amazing, everybody felt different about the skincare business in a matter of 15 minutes, because we got the line of everybody, and then Billy and the group was over there making certain that everybody pulled up their before and after pictures. And we only brought up these before and after pictures, which were so unbelievable you couldn't imagine it. And I'm telling you something, there wasn't anybody sitting in that room that didn't feel different about what we had just doing that. And it was an amazing transition that happened in the room. So you're going to need to do a couple of meetings, first of all, to make certain that your group brings the pictures. Okay, the group brings the pictures. So when you go to this in your HOMs and your STSs, specifically, you got a big group out there that's got some crazy, wild testimonials about our skincare and cosmetics. So I like these 2-tiered countdowns because it puts the spotlight on those particular products. It makes everybody realize, wow, that stuff must be really hot. Wow, this must be a part of the business that's really making it happy. So by specifically making an issue of it in your business meeting, they're going to think it's hot, it's out of control, this is something they got to pay attention to, let's go, let's go. Okay, so I would put back in a two-tiered situation in there in my business meeting. Remember that the company is the same company it's always been, but we have to do some things slightly different as we become a bigger in a company that we want to get all the products out there that we need to have everybody be using our products from head to toe. Okay, because there's some products that we buy, okay, that we can only buy for certain amounts of money, that we can only mark those products up a certain amount of times to make certain that when by the time you guys get your commissions, that the product's affordable to the customer. Write that down. We got to make certain that our products are competitive and affordable to the customer. And I know there's been sometimes, and the leadership's the one that's got to swallow this the most and make certain that everybody's excited about it. When we first put out here the fact that there was going to be some items that we didn't get full retail pay on, everybody was a little bit negative about that. We got to be excited about that because at least that person's going to use that product every single month, or they're going to buy someone else's product every single month. Does everybody get that? Okay, and if they're not buying that product from us, they're going to be using someone else's product every single month. Okay, if we want to be the company that we're really talking about, where we are the biggest in weight loss, and we are the biggest in nutrition, and we are the biggest in skincare, okay, and so on, we have to have these adjusted retail prices so that the product can be competitive for the person that's using it. Because that ultimately, if they just use it once, it's no good. Okay? What's important is that they use it every single month, day after day, month after month, year after year. That's called a stable business that you guys can get rich on and count on. This is what's important. No other company pays on this retail. The products that you have, thank goodness you are getting paid on retail. Every other company has this adjusted volume deal, okay, so that they can adjust their prices and stuff like that to get them to be competitive in the marketing plan, okay? We're the only ones that are paying on the full retail on most of the products. You guys know that? Don't get confused by those little marketing plan guys out there. They say they got 666 or 924 or 25, 30, 60. Hey, whatever it is, it doesn't come out to 555 on the retail and 246 on the retail through infinity all the way down the line. Nobody has this marketing plan. Nobody has this marketing plan. Nobody has this marketing plan. Don't even listen or get caught up with anybody who's got anything that they tell you about with another business, with another marketing plan, with another product. Okay? You guys need to have tunnel vision the same way I got tunnel vision. Could you imagine somebody from another company trying to come and pitch me? It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You know why it's never going to happen? There's only one person that's going to win in this argument. Okay? Guy's either going to join or he's going to feel so bad about his business after he leaves, it's going to be ridiculous. Okay? See, tunnel vision is what you want to have on your Herbalife business, and we pitch what we're doing, not what anybody else is doing. We don't even want to think about what anybody else is doing. We got plenty of stuff to do. In the business areas that we're in right now, we could still go to 10 billion a year with just what we've got in the markets, what we've got, okay? With our attitudes clear and pitching clear. And so we put out a little contest out there for everybody that was sticking to the plan. Remember the Mark Hughes plan? Talk to 10, get 10 first-line distributors every single month. Remember that? You guys learned that after all the leadership schools and stuff like that? How many of you have gotten 10 first-line distributors in a month? Okay, hands up. 10 in a month. I want everybody to look around for a second. 10 in a month. Look at this. Out of the chairman's class, we got about 20 people in here that got 10 a month. How many of you got 10 a month in the months of October, November, December? Really? We're having our biggest months ever, okay? And the majority of the people are not even doing the plan. If we had everybody in our company doing the plan, what would happen in the next 90 days would be unbelievable, because your people watch what you guys do. They're all busy. They all got the same problems you guys do. They got a big group. They got lots of people to manage. They got lots of people to talk to on the telephone. But they're still making the time of getting those. Okay? And what's important is that when we have this time, when we're going to go back to our groups and we're going to say, here's what we've got. Now's the time to act. Well, if you don't act, your people don't buy that deal very much. If you act, when you say, listen, you're supposed to act, your people will pay attention, they'll do it, their people will do it, and their people will do it, and it causes tremendous momentum. But almost everybody up here was one of the biggest things that they said. Write this in your notes. They're having fun. They're having fun. They're doing more stuff now than they were, okay? And they're getting more people in, and it's funner, okay? And the reason it's funner is you got lots of action going on. You always got less people complaining. Your attitude's always right. What's going on is always right in your mind. And it's a lot more fun, okay? If you're just sitting here idle month after month and you're not getting the deal going on, a couple of things happen. Okay? And this is one thing you got to make sure that you understand. First of all, write this down. Work equals more money. Work equals more money. And I know in the kind of situations that some of us are in, that's not always true. Because we do work for a certain period of time, then some of the people underneath us start going up, and we start making more money doing less. Okay? And this is one of the areas it's very serious for you guys to get the comprehension on, that when your check is going up, that's when you should still make certain that you're working and doing the things first line, because at some point it's going to level off. When the check keeps going up and your people underneath you are going up and up and up and up, at some point it has to level off. And remember this, every single year you're going to have so many people that drop out. Write that down. Every single year, you're going to have a certain amount of people that drop out. So here you are, you did all this business, now you got your people underneath you going up and up and up, your check's going up and up and up, you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing every month, you got people dropping out every single year, you got your people's people dropping out every single year, and you have to go flat at some point. Or you're going to go down. That's the only couple of things that can happen if you keep out here month after month, year after year, doing nothing. Okay? You've got to, number one, earn the money that you get. Write that down. Then you got to work to keep the money that you get. And then if you want to make more, you got to work more to get more. This is a very simple concept. And I know sometimes people get, they for some reason they just don't get it. Listen, when your people are coming up underneath you, yes, that check's going up, but at some point it's got to flatten out. And at some point, if everybody doesn't get on the boogie wagon, it starts going down. So if you don't want to have any of that happen, it's a lot more fun if you just keep doing it every single month. So much every single month. Your people do so much every month. This is way you can keep your check going up every single month. Now, here's what's exciting about when your check's going up every single month. The people that you go show the business to, the percentages of people getting into the company, signing the application, breaking supervisor, and go to get team becomes faster. Write that down. Your percentages always increase when you got momentum going on. If you're only out here and you're sponsoring one or two people a month, or 6 or 7 people a year, listen, the percentages of people going, wow, this is incredible, wow, this is unbelievable, let's get in, it's hot, let's go to the get team, are small. But when you're out here doing it all the time, and you start getting momentum, and it looks like everything's happening, and your check's going every month, okay, people say it's going, it's happening, it's clear, I need to sign up, I need to get in now, I need to go to get team. So your percentages, write this down, increase when you have momentum. Write that down. That means it's actually easier when you're working harder. Because after every training class that you guys go to, no matter how many we go to, and we can teach you every single kind of method that there is. Everything as far as the business is concerned, as far as making more money, except for the little promotions that we put in here to get people excited and they do more and all that stuff. When you come down to the basics of the business, everything's about ring, ring. Now, when I say ring, ring, that means something that you're doing to talk to people, okay? No matter what it is. We can talk about all the methods all day long, but everything is a percentage of everything. So it doesn't make any difference what you do. What's important is that you're clear on what you need to do. And what you need to do is talk to enough people every single day so you can get ring, ring going on. Because if you got ring, ring going on, you're going to talk to a certain amount of people that say yes, and a certain amount of people are going to join. First line. Then there's going to be a certain amount of the people that you sign up first line that are going to go to supervisor. And there's going to be a certain amount of people that go to supervisor, get with the deal and say, I'm going to get on to the world team. And a certain amount of the people that get to world team are going to go to the get team. And a certain amount of the people that get to get team are going to get to millionaire team. And a certain amount of the percentage of the people that get to millionaire team are going to go president's team. And all you got to do is keep doing this ring, ring, sponsor, sponsor, supervisor, supervisor. This will get you your 5 legs eventually to get to Chairman's Club. And that's all it is. Now, does it get boring sometimes? Yes. Can it be aggravating sometimes? No question about it. Okay? Can you get sick and tired of doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again? Sure. But it's kind of hard to get sick and tired of it when your check is going up every single month. Whether you like it or not, how you got your check up was you spent some amount of time in Herbalife where this is what you were doing. Ring, ring, talk, talk, answer, answer, first line, percentage of supervisors get meal pres. Isn't that right? Yeah. That's all you got to do. That's how you guys are making all your money right now. All you got to do to make more money than you're making right now is do it once again. Okay? And if you want to get the chairman's class, do it 3 times. Or 4 times, or 5 times, and you'll be on the chairman's class. That's all this business is right there. We can get into every little detail about what you're going to do and all that stuff. It's why you're going to do something that's more important. Why you're going to do something. Did you hear these guys, how they got up here and said that they had their thing in their office? What was the first thing they saw in their office? How many they got to do every single day. Okay? So think about this. Take a side to side. I know all of you guys are busy. I know I love this story. There was one of, I'm not going to say who this was, but we're having this little meeting, okay, in Italy. And I go, now you got your 10 in, right, for the month? He goes, oh, no. I only got 4. I said, what do you mean you only got 4? You got to make sure that your group sees that you're doing 10 so that they get the idea that it's important to get 10 so that they get 10 so their people get 10. He says, I know, but, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. But, when I kind of go to the meetings, I got this problem. I mean, I'm kind of like this. I don't want to say that I'm you. He was being real careful about this, okay? I don't want to say I'm you, but when I come to the meetings, it's like I get mobbed, man. There's 200 or 300 people around the room, and they want my autographs, and they're signing their pictures, and all this kind of stuff, and I just don't have time to get 10. I said, I understand. I understand that you're popular. This is real important, okay? And I understand that everybody's crazy for you at the meetings, okay? And I understand when you're there, everybody's, he's in the room and stuff like that. I said, could you imagine if all these 400 people that you're talking to me about right now that needed your picture and your autograph and your sign and all this stuff, if you were to say to them, could you imagine this? Excuse me, everybody, just for 10 minutes. I love you. I want to sign your autographs. I want to be here. I'll stay here. But you see those 10 people right over there? I got to go sign those people up first because that's how I'm getting rich. And he went out and he's going to be doing and he's doing incredible business since then. But that's the point. Could you imagine the best training that you could do for those 400 people? Would be to go do what you're supposed to do. And when you do what you're supposed to do, your people do what they're supposed to do. And when your people do what they're supposed to do, you make more money. So I know this is a very simple concept. All you got to do is get in the frame of mind and get started. That's the hardest part. From where you guys are at, the comfortability of where you're at, the schedules that are going on, the family things and all that. I understand all that. The hardest part is getting back to where you were at a certain point, where you had to do these things to make enough money. And I'm telling you, all you guys, I'm telling you right now, if we had this entire room do this for 4 lousy months, 4 lousy months, we've never hit this 2.1 billion. We'd sail right to $3 billion overnight. It would be amazing. Yeah. It would be amazing. I told this concept to everybody in Japan back at the beginning of the year, and nobody was buying it. Nobody was buying it. I said, now listen here, I'm telling you guys, if you don't keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's got to flatten out, and at some point, it's even going to start going down. But nobody was paying attention because they had had this momentum going for 5 straight years where every single month their check's going up and going up and up and up, and they figure, hey, the heck with everything, it's just going to keep going up. And it wasn't until November when I came back and it had been pretty much flat, not completely flat for most of the year, that I did the same presentation, okay? I did the same presentation in November that I did back at the beginning of the year. The only difference was everybody was in the frame of mind of listening to me again because it had been flat all year long. And everybody just said, you know what, all we got to do is go back to work and do what he's saying, and it'll be unbelievable in Japan again. It's got nothing to do with the economy. It's got nothing to do with the lousy things that everybody's talking about. It means work, get more money. And that's what Japan did. Everybody just went back to one month of going crazy and having everybody sponsor again. 10 million more that next month. 18 million the next month. And I'm proud of what happened in Japan. So now I'm saying, listen, we had a situation here in America, we were number 1. A number of months back, Japan beat us. Then about, I think it was March of this year, we started beating Japan. Don't get too excited. Now Japan is beating America again. Yes, now Japan is beating America again. Are you guys going to stand for that? Are us Americans going to stand for that? Well, then let's go for the next 4 months, okay? And show them what can happen in America. Come on. A little friendly competition's never bad, yeah. Doesn't this make sense? Go like this. Right? Okay, we've got lots of things here to cover here today. I just want to this is the nuts and bolts, what I just showed you.